So, here's our game plan. We're going to start with the absolute basics, our foundation. Then we'll get into the really cool part, the patterns that make everything else so much easier. We'll cover the rules, meet a few, let's call them rebels, and go all the way up to the big leagues, thousands and millions. And hey, don't sweat it. I've got a cheat sheet for you at the very end. Ready? Let's dive in.
First things first, the foundation. I know it's tempting to jump ahead, but trust me on this one. Getting these core numbers down cold is going to make everything else just click.
Okay, let's do this together. Say them out loud with me. I'll leave a little space for you. Ready? Cero, uno, dos, tres. Come on, give that R a little roll. Tres. Nice. Cuatro. Think cuatro. Cinco. That's cinco. Seis, siete, ocho, nueve, and diez. Awesome. Seriously, just run through these a few times until they're second nature.
You know, what's so cool here is you've already put a major pronunciation rule into practice without even realizing it. Notice how the C in cuatro sounds like a K, but in cinco it sounds like an S? That's the rule, right there. It's a little trick that'll help you all over the place in Spanish.
All right, moving on to the early teens, 11 through 15. Now, these guys are kind of unique. They don't follow a pattern, so we just have to learn them. We've got once, think once, then doce, trece, catorce, and quince. That last one, quince, sounds like quince. You got this.
Okay, you've got the foundation. Now the fun begins. This is where we stop just memorizing and start actually building numbers using simple patterns. So how in the world do we get a word like 16 for 16? Well, it's actually super logical. It's just 10 and 6, 16, but smashed together into one word. The Z from diez turns into a C. The Y becomes an I, and we pop an accent on there to make sure we say it right. 16. It's like a little formula, and once you get it, you've unlocked the next few numbers just like that.
And just look at how beautifully that plays out. See that dieci at the beginning? You just take that root and plug in the next number. So we have 17, 18, 19. 10 and 7, 10 and 8, 10 and 9. Simple, right?
The 20s follow a really similar playbook. We start with 20, that's 20. Now just swap out that final E for an I and stick the next number right on the end. So you get 21, 22, 23. You see the pattern, right? And just a heads up, a couple of these will get an accent mark, again, just to keep the pronunciation sharp.
You're doing great. You've handled the teens and 20s, and now, believe it or not, you're about to unlock pretty much the rest of the numbers up to 100. All it takes is a few new words and one super simple rule. Here they are, our tens. 30, 40, 50. Now listen close to the next two, because they're tricky. 60 is 60. Hear that S sound? And 70 is 70 with a T sound. Getting that little difference right is a pro move. Then we have 80 and 90. Okay, this next part is a total game changer. This is the rule that's going to get you all the way to 99. From 31 onwards, it gets way easier. We just separate the words. You say the 10, add the word E, which just means and then say the 1. That's it. So 37, it's literally 30 and 7. 37. It really is that simple.
Okay, we're moving into the big leagues now. The hundreds are mostly pretty predictable, which is great. But this is where we also meet a few fascinating characters, the rule breakers.
And that's such a great way to look at it, right? These exceptions aren't there to trip you up. They're part of the language's personality, its history. So instead of getting frustrated, let's just get to know them.
So, the first thing to know about the hundreds, the number 100 itself is 100. Like 100 books is 100 libros. But the second you add anything to it, it changes. The number 101 becomes 101. So 100 for exactly 100, 100 for everything else, from 101 to 199. All right, it's time to meet our rule breakers. There are only 3 you need to worry about. 500 is not 500, it's 500. Think quinientos. 700 is 700, and 900 is 900. They have their own stories, usually from old Latin roots. Just memorize these 3, and you've got all the hundreds covered.
We've made it! This is the final climb, and I've got good news for you. It's actually the easiest part. Seriously, if you can handle the hundreds, thousands, and millions, are going to be a walk in the park.
Let's talk thousands and millions. The word for thousand is mil. And here's the best part, it never changes. 1,000 is mil. 10,000 is 10,000. It's always just mil. Now million, millón, is a little different. It does change. 1 million is un millón, but 2 million is dos millones. That's the only real difference you need to remember.
Okay, the moment of truth. Remember that scary number from the beginning? Let's take it apart. We just read it in chunks. First, the 287 part. That's 287. Then we say thousand, mil. Next chunk, 400, 400. And the last bit, 35, 35. Put it all together, 287,435. You did it. See? Not so scary after all.
That was awesome. You've learned so much. Now let's make sure it all sticks with a quick little quiz and a handy cheat sheet you can take with you.
All right, rapid fire quiz. You ready? How do you say 99? Think about it. It's over 30, so we use that special and rule. It's 90 and 9, so it is 99. Perfect. You've absolutely got this.
And here it is, your final cheat sheet. Go ahead and take a screenshot of this. It's your go-to guide with all the patterns, the and rule, and our 3 favorite rule breakers, all in one neat package. It's everything you need for a quick reminder.
So you came here today to get a handle on Spanish numbers, and now you have the power to count all the way into the millions. So I have a question for you. What's the first number you're going to try out in a real conversation? Is it a price? A date? A phone number? Think about it, and then go do it.